Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be taking you guys along with us from the past week for what we ate for breakfast and dinner and what we baked in between. Also grocery shopping, restocking the fridge, budgeting for food, all that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy. Milk time. Alright, I got him to sleep. Let's unpack the rest and then clean out the fridge. The fridge is in a desperate need of a deep clean and a reset. Last fortnight I was a bit lazy and didn't do it, so I'm just emptying out all of the leftovers that need to be chucked in the bin. Basically all the stuff that's just making that fridge nasty. It's going in the bin, going in the dishwasher, and then I'm just wiping everything down. We're back. Cole's up from his nap. All the food is packed away. I am going to now, let's actually break down how much all the groceries were today. The way I budget our groceries, we get paid per fortnight. Per fortnight, I budget $550 for groceries. The way I split it up is we have $300 the first week of the fortnight and $250 the second week of the fortnight. At Aldi, we spent $131.06. And at Coles, we spent $31.79. And at Woolworths, they didn't have everything I needed at Woolworths, which is annoying because I was using my 10% off. Spent $99.87. Basically, we have our mobile phone plans with Woolworths. We used to have our mobile phone plans with Aldi, but then we swapped to Woolworths because they were $5 cheaper, which really isn't that much. They also have, when you're with them, you get 10% off your groceries every calendar month, and we have two plans with them, so we get two 10% offs. And we also spent $18.50 at the fruit shop. Oh my gosh, I am never under budget on the first week. If anything, I'm like $10, $20, $15 over. We spent $281.37. And all that we have left to buy that I didn't get to buy today is water. That's this big proper water. But they didn't have any at the Woolworths that I went today. Look at his hair. We have family dinners on Monday night. So my mum made us all dinner. We all had it together. But Cole eats dinner a lot earlier. So I made him spaghetti bolognese that I needed to use the mince, so it ended up working out anyways, which means there's all these servings left of it, so we're gonna have that for dinner tonight, which means I don't have to cook dinner tonight. Okay, so to make bone broth, you obviously need bones. I go to the butcher's. It's super cheap because it's just like their offcuts or whatever. Start off with a big tray and then gloves. As I was saying, I usually do a whole chicken too, and then take the chicken off and use that for a dinner. But I get a couple chicken wings, just chicken pieces, any chicken pieces is fine, and then chicken necks. This cost me $7, all this stuff, just note to self. Then I get what they call soup bones, but it's quite literally just 3 whole chicken carcasses. There's even some meat still left on there. And I just put them all in the pan together in the bin. I cover them in extra virgin olive oil. I just put a whole bunch on, and then I just take some salt and dump that on too. These are gonna cook in the oven until they're cooked through. Usually I cook them for an hour, just until they're golden brown. That's what the chicken looks like. On top of all the veggies, I just dump all the chicken in. Got my slow cooker, as you can see, everything's in. For apple cider vinegar, I just go crazy. I don't really measure. I just whatever feels good. And I love me a lot in there. I just dumped a whole bunch of this in there. I'm not going to do too much today because too much of this can make your stomach hurt. I'm just going to fill it up all the way to the top. Alright, that looks good. This is what it looks like. It already smells amazing. Alright, I pop her on. I can only do 6 to 8 hours each time on here, so every 8 hours I just redo it for another 8 hours. Time we go to bed, I can put it on for another 8 hours and so forth until it's Tuesday, so I'll probably leave it cooking till Thursday. So you'll be seeing this here all week. We'll see you guys at dinner time.
Good morning everyone, it is Wednesday. Today for breakfast we're having our favourite go-to scrambled eggs and hash browns. This is my go-to meal for Koa and I. It's pretty good for us and he always loves it, he always eats it all. I make the same scrambled eggs every single time. Eggs, milk, salt, garlic powder, sometimes cheese if we're feeling it. A whole egg and hash browns is not enough for my 17-kilo 1-year-old, so he usually has a piece of toast on the side. He's having a dark rye piece of toast with 100% peanut butter today, some fruit, and usually a pouch of yogurt. We are on a gut health kick in this house since I had my stomach infection, so I'm having my probiotic, some coconut yogurt that's live and full of all goodies for your tummy.
And there's mine. I'll have some fruit after. Ooh, that's hot.
We're gonna make blueberry bagels. I made these a couple months ago and I have been craving them ever since. I don't know why I haven't made them more consistently. I'm just following a recipe, I'll link it down below. It's also on the screen if you want to take a screenshot. I'm letting my little helper help me because it makes everything go a lot smoother. I don't know. Now it's time to mix everything together. Koa gets a little bit agitated now because he really wants to either hold the camera or knead the dough with me. I add in a couple extra tablespoons of Greek yogurt into the dough and then mix it together with the cooked blueberries. Let it rise. I let it rise pretty much all day, but technically till it's double in size. And now I'm cutting it up into even bits. If I wanted to be picky, I could weigh each section, but it's 9 p.m. now. I don't really want to be doing that. So I'm taking it all, poking a hole in between and then wrapping it around so that it's a circle like a donut. Once you've got them on the tray, you're supposed to let them rise for another half an hour. So in that time, I got the water boiling, preheated the oven. I add 2 big scoops of brown sugar into the boiling water. And then basically all you do is chuck in 2 of the bagels at a time, flip them over after 1.5 minutes so that you boil each side. And then just repeat that process for all of them. Chuck them in the oven for, I forget how long it is, but you can read it in the recipe. And then they're done. Seriously, cooking those blueberries in the mix like the recipe said instead of putting them in frozen. Look at them, they are the prettiest purple colour. These are one of the best things I've ever made and they're actually very easy. Dinner time. We're having another easy dinner tonight, not by choice, but, well, not by my choice, but the expiry date's choice. I got the gnocchi on sale and it needed to be used today. So I'm dicing up onion, garlic, shredding up carrot and zucchini. I was nearly going to say cucumber, but that would be disgusting. Cooking it all up in the pan together, putting it all together and then boiling the gnocchi, mixing it in with the pasta sauce, putting cheese on top and grilling it in the oven until all the cheese is melted. If you guys live in Australia, you have to try this gnocchi out. I got it from Woolworths. It's just potato, flour, egg, salt, none of the numbers, none of the extra preservatives, so it's actually real food. And it was so nice. It was like the perfect amount of doughiness, chewy but soft and cooked. Oh, it was so good. This was delicious. We had it for leftovers for lunch for the next day for all 3 of us. Amazing. So simple. Not the prettiest, let's be honest, in the bowl, but delicious. And it's breakfast time in our house again. Today we're having waffles. I'm not going to share this recipe. I make waffles like once a month and make a huge big batch, and I always make the same recipe. Today I was like, let's try something new, one of those ones, and it wasn't good. They were like good waffles, but just not what I like. Like they were too cakey. I don't know, usually I make like a healthier version. I'm just going to stick with that because these weren't the best, but we eat them anyways. I put a tiny drizzle of 100% maple syrup onto his waffles. He's got a cup of milk, pouch of yogurt, dates and frozen blueberries as his side for his waffles. And just like that, it's dinner time again. We are having an easy dinner tonight because Elijah's working super late and super far away today. So I'm prepping early in the day. It's like lunchtime now. I'm chopping up pumpkin, sweet potato and potatoes, covering them in garlic powder, onion powder, olive oil and ground mustard and a whole bunch of salt. And then I'm baking that in the oven for about an hour just until they're all cooked through and nice and crispy.
Gonna put the veggies in the oven. I'm making it nice and early so that I don't have to rush. Just a nice, another easy but yummy dinner tonight because this week we've just been
Also, the bone broth is finally done. It's been cooking since Tuesday lunchtime, so we just drained it a bit differently than we usually do this time. We drain a couple times through till it runs clear and then store it in the fridge.
Guys, it's Friday morning. Someone's in a bit of a mood today. For breakfast, he's having leftover waffles. I just always make sure to make a lot so that I have a couple more, like a week's worth mornings of waffles, and then I just freeze them and then toast them when they're needed. He's gonna have this for breakfast, and I'm having one of our blueberry bagels with cream cheese and cinnamon. My current fixation. Okay, Mummy's gonna get her breakfast. It looks like it doesn't look that appetizing on camera, but when I tell you this is the best tasting thing I've ever made, I'll be telling the truth.
We were due for some more baked goods, so I made some carrot cake muffins. I just followed a recipe online. I'll link it below. For dinner, I did a whole chicken, covered it in this Nando's garlic rub. We had a pasta bake on the side with leftover veggies from Salmon. We just had it with a rocket salad with feta, sun-dried tomatoes, the same salad dressing and seeds. It was delicious. Thank you, Lord, for getting us to the weekend. We're having French toast today. Enough waffles. Look at him in the background. French toast is really good if you have bread that needs to be used. For some reason, I forgot that I bought the raisin toast this week. So chucking egg, milk, vanilla essence and cinnamon in, and then frying it off in the pan. And then I chuck it in the toaster once it's done, just to make sure it's all cooked through and nice and crispy. It's already I usually put yogurt and any fruit in mine. This month, actually, really, we've been on a blueberry kick. So look, there's Takoa smashing his yogurt. He honestly has been loving yogurt for some reason. We had a nice family day together. I love Saturdays. This was the first Saturday I haven't been working in a while. And then we had family dinner at my parents' house for the second time this week. She made Greek chicken and some lamb, tabbouleh, potatoes, wraps. It was amazing.
Ready? Look. Come look. Come on, look. Ready?
You got
cheese. Ready?
Hi everyone. It's Saturday night. It's
Sunday
dinner.
night.
Oh yeah, it's Sunday night. We had a bit of an interesting day today. I had my friend's baby shower. Elijah had work. So Takoa has already had dinner. He just had a charcuterie board dinner. I haven't made us dinner yet. I can't read what they cooking. I already cooked the meat last night, so really it's not that hard. I just have to put it all together in the oven. He really wants to hold the camera. He had spinach and ricotta triangles with cheese, tomato and cucumber, and he pretty much ate it all. Yeah, I'm not really hungry for dinner yet, so we might have it a little bit later, maybe more towards 7. While I'm just giving him a shower, I will cook the rest of dinner. So I pre-cooked the meat yesterday. Even though I don't want to cook right now, I need to because we do need to eat dinner, plus Elijah needs lunch for work tomorrow. Preheat the oven now. I do have to just cook up some onions and beans because I didn't cook that last night. So I'm just going to quickly dice it up and cook that while I'm cooking the sauce at the same time. Alright, I'm going to add all the spices into the sauce. All of the recipes I use are linked down below in case you want to look at the measurements and stuff if I don't add it in. I'm going to add that in, put it all together, and I'll show you guys when it's cooked and when we're eating it.
It's the start of a new week, but technically 1 week total from when I started filming what we were eating. Today we just had, I think we had peanut butter on toast mixed breakfast. I decided to make a banana bread today. I've been needing to make it all week, and again, I did not learn my lesson. I tried a new recipe today. I also made some tweaks of my own. I put in extra banana, but I didn't think about how much more wet ingredients it would be to dry ingredients. It cooked a little bit rawish, if that makes sense. Like, it's not raw, it was cooking for nearly 2 hours, but it's very moist, so it's almost as if it's raw. My child, Takoa, did not care. My husband did not care. I did not care. It just was not the best one that I've ever made. Dinner tonight we had chicken sausage rolls. The great thing about this recipe is you can literally substitute any ingredients you want. Any type of meat or protein, any type of veggies, you just use up whatever's in your fridge. I blend it all together in my Ninja. Chuck in some seasoning. I do garlic powder, onion powder, oyster sauce. I take the pastry out before I make the mix so that it has time to defrost. Cut it in half. Put the filling in, roll them over, and then once that's all done, I whisk up an egg and do an egg wash on the top just so that they puff up nice and golden. And if there's any left over, I just chuck them in the freezer, and then when I need to use them again, just chuck it in the oven, get them nice and crispy and heated through. After 25 to 30 minutes, they are done. Guys, This is honestly one of my favorite recipes, and I love that you can swap it out. Sometimes we have beef mince, sausage mince, chicken mince. You can have it different every single time.